Okay, it's time to make another video. This one is going to be quick, or quick for me anyway. I wanted to touch on something that I'm not sure people are aware of, and that is changing the product requirements for example, repairing disaster zones from either the war, or if you do a disaster for the comm challenge, you have disaster zones and they require a specific set of items in order to repair them. You can change what is required, and there's also a really neat feature that was added relatively recently that I don't know if everybody is aware of, so I want to touch on that. Also, these requirements can be changed. For example, if you have a residential upgrade, regardless what it is, Omega, Tokyo, Paris, London, just basic residential, they can be changed if you do not like what is required for the upgrade. So looking at this right now, we got the residential building. As you can see, I don't have the cement, I don't have the spatulas, and I don't have the sugar. It also requires 4 of my 5 backpacks, and 3 of the fruits and berries, watermelons, whatever you want to call them. There are, off to the right side here, it says rewards, and if you did this upgrade, you would gain 421 population, you would get 2,226 simoleons, and you would gain 191 experience towards going to the next level. Below that, there are 2 arrows in a circular fashion, and then there is the circle with a line through it that is indicative of no. Alright, the 2 arrows, if you push on that, it says need new building plans. If you're not happy with the current required building materials, ask the architect to draw up some new plans. For a building, you have to wait 30 minutes if you say yes, and then it will come back with new requirements of items needed. It may be worse, it may be better. You can say yes, or you can say no, forget it, I don't want to wait 30 minutes. The icon to the right, the circle with the line through it that is indicative of no, if you push that, that says, do you want to upgrade another building instead of this one? Now, the key is, if you're on basic residential buildings, you have to have another basic residential building that is ready to upgrade. If you're in Omega buildings, it'll switch to another Omega building, and if you don't have a building of that type available, it will stay on the one you are currently on, and it'll be just like you had hit the 2 arrows in a circle. It'll just change the requirements for this building. But just to show you, upgrade another building, I'm going to say okay, and as you can see, it stayed on this building, and now I have the timer clock icon sitting there, and I have to wait. When I click on it, it tells me I have to wait 29 minutes and 48 seconds now. It's a 30-minute timer for buildings, and I can pay 12 sim cash to get those new requirements right now, or there's a little icon to the left which shows a movie clip and a lightning bolt, and that means let's get this done fast, let's watch a video, and we don't have to wait the 29 minutes. We can get that new set of requirements right now. Well, I don't want to watch the video right this second, so we're going to move on over here because I want to show you the same with disaster zones that you do yourself from the VU Tower, for example, the Mayor Contest disasters. You also have the option here of resetting the requirements. Now this one you can't change it to another disaster because either a disaster is fixed and it's no longer a disaster, or there isn't a disaster, so you only have this one. So you can't switch to another disaster, pretty obvious, but you can change the requirements for this one. And again, with a disaster, for this type anyway, let's call it the red disaster, it is a 30-minute timer. And if you click on that, again, it gives you the option. It tells you it's a 30-minute timer. Do you need new building plans? I'm going to say no, thank you. Let's go up to the green disaster, which is the disaster that the opponent in the war has caused in your city. Now you can reset the requirements for this disaster as well. Let's push that. However, the timer is only 5 minutes. So if you don't have what's needed, or it's going to take more than 5 minutes, or you just don't want to give those particular items up, you only have to wait 5 minutes for a war reset on required items, as opposed to the 30 minutes. And that's really nice. I'm going to say no thanks on this one. Just to come back and look at it, okay, I currently don't have a brick. Getting the metal is really easy. I currently don't have a brick, so why don't we do this? Why don't we say okay? Now the little clock timer is there, and when I click on it, it shows that I have just under 5 minutes now that I have to wait, or I can spend 3 SimBucks. I hate spending SimBucks. Only want to spend SimBucks if I think I'm going to make SimBucks in the end. So I use them for the Americontest Challenge in hopes that when I'm in the Megalopolis League, for example, I get in the top rank and actually win SimBucks back. I'm going to push on the lightning icon with the movie clip, and what that does is it brings up if one is available. This is the key. Fine print here. If one is available, it brings up a little video clip.
Tell me what you think of this.
Once you get through this video clip,
I can't do it.
It resets the requirements. There is no more the residential building or the So here we go. That video is done, and we come back and bam, we see that the requirements have been reset. And in this case, all I need to do now is get a piece of metal. I have the nails, I have the donuts. So let's slide sideways over here, because I use my factories almost like extra storage. I have stuff that is produced and I let it float above my factories, and then as I need it, I collect it. Or if I have lots of room in my storage, which I actually have a fair amount right now, I'll come collect it all and just reset my builds so that it'll pop out again, and it's almost like having extra storage. But I just collected one of the metal. I want to collect it all though, because I like to have stuff always available. Let's come on back up here, and boom, now that is repaired and I have that item. And it took me less than 5 minutes, and if I had waited, it would have only taken 5 minutes. So I don't know if people are aware of that, but that is a really nice feature that has been added. But again, I cannot stress this enough. If you watch videos to get the free items, there's only so many videos you can watch in a day, and you cannot just continually reset and watch videos. At some point in time, it will tell you there is no video, or on some phones, on some devices, it's different. If you click on it to watch the video as opposed to waiting, it'll just take you back to your screen. And that means there is no video available to watch. Now, I don't know if that is game-wide or if it's just for each player. You only have a certain number of videos you can watch. I haven't figured that out yet. There is no way to know if you have a video available to watch. Not that I've noticed anyway. So if you're really hoping to cut down on your time that you gotta wait, and you click on it and it says there's no video, that can be really annoying. I have noticed if you wait about 5 minutes, sometimes you can come back and a video will be available. I also have noticed that over the course of an hour, I keep clicking and it doesn't matter. I'll reset, wait over 30 minutes or whatever, the product will be new and different, and I still won't like it. I'll reset it again, have to wait a whole nother 30 minutes, and I still won't be able to watch a video in that whole hour of waiting. And that can be really annoying. But if you don't have the product, it does give you an option. Wanted to touch on that. Hopefully this didn't go too long. I know I talk a lot, and I'm sorry. I do like to try to explain. Hopefully I haven't frustrated too many people. Hopefully this helped. I hope you're having a great day and you do well in the game. Thanks for watching.